I put a poll on YouTube a few days back asking which was the best soundtrack from the movie Dhurandhar 2, and based on the size of my channel, I got 46 votes. I know it's not too many, but hey, we still got some votes, and that's what counts, right? So I asked my YouTube community which song is officially the king of the playlist from the movie Dhurandhar 2. And initially I saw people choosing Ari Ari over any other soundtrack. But then I saw Phir Se slowly and steadily inching up its way to the top. So what makes this song special and stand out from the entire album? Let's break down the most famous song, Phir Se, from the movie Dhurandhar 2. But before that, hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Shinu. And if you're new to my channel, I make music related content. And now finally, let's break down the song. See, to break down any song, we need to have the context. And here the context is the concluding moment of the movie, a few minutes after the massive action set pieces are over. Ranveer's character, Jaskirat, now returns to India, and upon his return, he decides to go back to Punjab to meet his family. The song starts as Jaskirat reaches the New Delhi railway station to take a train to Pathankot to go see his mother and sister. A lot has happened in the past 20 years, and I believe that is what he thinks about and shed over tears while on the train. The intro of the song starts with the sitar playing the tune of the chorus. But unlike the chorus, it takes a pause, almost a 4-bar pause. This helps us sink into the chorus when it is later introduced to us, making us already familiar with it. As soon as the first line of the chorus is played twice, the bass is introduced, which gives a somber feeling to the song. And to top it off, you are introduced with Arijit's vocals. He sings a song with a breathier tone here. While the chorus is sung for the third time, you hear the veena being played slowly and steadily, building up the excitement Jaskirat might be experiencing as he travels through the streets of his village. The end of the chorus propels us to the interlude played on veena. Jaskirat finally walks again on the street he had so many times taken in the past to return home. But as he reaches the middle of his path, we hear the veena stop, and it transitions from excitement to melancholy again. Or if you listen carefully, you will hear that the exciting part of the veena is still playing. However, it is now subdued by the more dominant, melancholic sound of the instrument. And visually you see that Jaskirat was excited to meet his family, and as he walked towards his home, the veena complemented that excitement. However, when his mother and sister both won't even look at the street to notice somebody heading their way, he realizes that his family has moved on. And right when his mother closes the gate, he stops in the middle of the path and realizes it is best he doesn't enter their lives again. Hence, the melancholic sound overtakes his excitement. He looks back at the road, looks back at his home, and finally, he looks back at us. And that's when we realize the cost he had to pay for his mission. And now let's finally talk about my favorite part, the lyrics. The lyrics goes like this: Jo tu na tha, karte the hum, baatein teri yaadon se. He survived 20 years of separation from his family while being in Pakistan only by talking to his memories of home. Mehki hui meri sabhi rahein teri yadon se. Even though his path in Pakistan was filled with suffering and pain, even in the war, he found the path bearable because of the memories of his mother's house. I'll skip the chorus for now and talk about the verse first.
तन्हाई में जिसने मुझको जी भर के तड़पाया था और नहीं था कोई, वो तेरी यादों का साया था.
He is admitting that in his loneliest moments, it wasn't an enemy that tortured him, but the shadows of her memory. It shows that Jaskirat's true battle wasn't with the missions, but with the guilt of leaving his family behind. And now, finally, let's talk about the chorus. जाने कैसे फिर से नैना भरे समझे थे हम गम है खत्म dil hi na mane. These lines are not just poetry. There is a term in psychology called repetition compulsion, or the safety in sadness. Coined by Sigmund Freud, this is the unconscious urge to recreate a traumatic or painful situation over and over again. Now let's get back to the first massacre scene where he kills more than 10 people in the house and finally sees his sister and breaks down. We see him break down again when he is handed the death sentence and meets his sister and mother for the final time. As the story continues, we see that because he has lived in survival mode for more than 20 years, happiness feels dangerous to him. It is unfamiliar. Sadness and pain, however, are safe because he knows how to survive them. He chases the sadness of his past because he doesn't know who he is without it. When someone believes that they are a bad person, their brain experiences cognitive dissonance when something good happens. If he feels happy, his brain screams, "This is wrong, you're a killer, you're a spy, you don't deserve this." And to stop that mental scream, he will subconsciously destroy the happy moment. So actually the song Phir Se Naina Bhare is the inner cry to bring his emotional state back down to what he feels he deserves. And that's why he says, Dil hi na mane. When you have lived in trauma for as long as he did, happiness feels like a lie. He stands outside his mother's house chasing the pain of the song because to him, pain is the only thing that feels honest anymore. Now it makes sense why he looks at the road behind him and then looks at his family home and finally looks directly at us, the audience. He's making us aware of the cognitive dissonance that he's feeling, which in other words is called the deservingness gap. Whew, a lot to take in, right? Well, for those who don't want to get so deep into the breakdown of the song, just listen to this track for Arijit Singh, as this probably will be his last Bollywood song since he has taken retirement from the playback singing. Well, that was the breakdown of the song Phir Se. Please tell me what you think of the song in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one.